In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the contact form. It's going to look something like this. This is a different theme, but you can see in the right-hand sidebar we have an online appointment form where we can put in our name, email, phone number, a couple other options, and hit submit. And then the client will get redirected to a thank you screen and get a confirmation email. And you at your office will also get an email with the request for an appointment. So you can schedule that appointment and contact the patient. So what I'm going to do is first thing I need to do is actually create a contact page. You can see I've created a page, titled it contact. I don't have any information in it yet. So in here, I'd probably put my address and phone number and fax number and maybe even a map. But like usual, the page is created and it is starting out with the default template, which is just the main sidebar. So what I'm going to do is assign it to the correct template and also set up the contact form, and I'm going to do right here in this video. So I'm logged in and you can see I have the admin bar at the top. So I'm just going to click edit page. And I'm going to go ahead over to templates and assign it to I'm going to do the appointment sidebar right and hit update. And now when I take a look at the page, you'll see it will be assigned to the correct template, but it doesn't actually have the bar. And you'll see it says you need to add a text widget in the appointment sidebar widget area, then copy and paste your shortcode from the FS contact form plugin. Sounds like a mouthful, but it's actually pretty simple. This is done on purpose. All of your contact forms and any kind of functionality of your site should always be set up with plugins, not with the theme. You should be able to change your theme on a whim, and your site should continue to function the way it did before. So we always want to do functionality with plugins and the look of your site with the theme. So we have incorporated this plugin into the theme so that we can style for it so it'll look nice. So the first thing we need to do is make sure we have the plugin. So let's go back to the dashboard. And you'll see at the top, you should have a thing saying this theme recommends the following plugins, and Fast Secure Contact Form is one of those plugins. If this is gone, if you've dismissed it, no worries, you can still access it from the appearance menu. Just go down to install plugins, and you'll see that we have these various plugins that are recommended by the theme. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and install all of the plugins. So I'm going to click the box and hit install and apply. And then I'm going to go back to the plugin installer, and you'll see they're in here, but they're not activated yet. So I'm going to check the box again, and then I'm going to hit activate. And now it's telling me that there are no plugins to install or activate, but that's because we've already activated them. So once they are activated, it's not going to continue to show in this box. So if I go into plugins and hit installed plugins, you'll see that we do have these additional plugins now. Fast Secure Contact Form is right here. So we need to go ahead and set this up, and because we need to get the shortcode for it. So all I need to do is go into the plugins area, and you'll see this little link here for Fast Secure Contact Form that is now in your sidebar. I'm going to click that. And this is going to bring up the functionality for this plugin. We can control everything to do with the contact form right here from within this plugin. And what you'll notice when you first look at it under basic settings in this first tab is you'll find the shortcode. Shortcode for this form, SI contact form equals 1. I'm going to grab that and copy it. And then I'm going to go over to appearance widgets. I'm going to find the appointment sidebar. I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to grab a text widget, drag that into the appointment sidebar widget area. I'm going to paste in my shortcode, and then I'm going to hit save. And now when I refresh this page, you can see we have a contact form in here. So now that I have the contact form in, I can control it using the plugin. If you want to do that yourself, you don't need to watch any more of this video. But I'm also going to show you how you can import a file that will make it look the way that it looks in the demo. So I'm going to do that right now. If you've gone to the downloads area from where you got your theme, you should be able to download an import file. I can't tell you exactly where it is because I might move it, but you should be able to go to a link that was either in the email when you got the theme or log back into the site that you got the theme, and you should see an area for downloads where you can download an import file that you can import into the plugin itself. So let's go back to the plugin. And if we go over to Tools, we can scroll down and you'll see a Restore setting. And this will allow you to restore a backup of a contact form. Now I saved the import file as a backup, so we're going to restore that file as if it was a backup. So I'm going to select a form to restore. It's going to ask me which form, and it says this form, because you can have multiple contact forms. So this form is the one I want to use, and then I'm going to hit Browse. I'm going to open up my import file. It's a text file. So this one's called contact form import file.txt. So if you have your download as a zip, you'll need to unzip it, take it out of the folder, and import it directly. And I'm going to click Restore Settings. Now that those are restored, I should be able to refresh this. And now we have the online appointment form just like it looks in the demo. Now we're not done yet because you need to make sure that it's going to email you. So you need to go into your settings and go to basic settings. And you need to make sure that you put in your information. So email to, this should be your email. This is where you want to receive an email when somebody completes the form. And you want to just follow the instructions on here. Return path address. It's pretty straightforward how you set this up, but you need to go into your email settings and set this up appropriately so you get the email when the email comes through. If you go into fields, you can make all kinds of edits. If you want to add additional fields or get rid of some of them, maybe you don't want to have people decide if they're a patient or not. Maybe you don't want them to be able to put in a date. You just want them to be able to contact you. You control all that here. But you need to go over to advanced and you need to make sure you put in the confirmation email settings. Checking this box means that the patient will get an email. You tell it, who you want it to be from, what the return address is, and you can fill out the copy of what you want to be sent to them in response to them completing the form. So in this case, it says, thank you for filling out the online contact form. If you requested an appointment, someone will call or email to finalize your appointment. Under redirect settings, we are going to be setting up a redirect page so that after they click the submit button, they are automatically redirected to a thank you page. And so they're not just getting an email. We don't want somebody to click the submit button and then have to wonder if it worked. So we want them to redirect to another page confirming that it worked right there when they hit the button. So you can see the settings are set up here. Enable redirect after the message sends. I have it set to 0, so it just switches right over right after they hit submit. And this is going to be the actual page that they'll be redirected to. So we haven't set that page up yet. So if you want help with that, you can take a look at the other video where it shows you how to set up the thank you page, and then it'll show you how to go back and come back to this redirect setting and set that up. And another thing you can look at is when you're here on the contact page and you have your online appointment form, there's also a contact page template. So if I go into the edit page, you have an additional option. Instead of using appointment sidebar right or left, there is also a contact page right here. So I'll click that and you can see it looks a little bit different. Right, so it just takes up a little more space and just a little less room over here. Maybe you put in your office hours and maybe a small map. So it's just an extra option. You can use the contact template or you can just use the appointment sidebar right or left. It's up to you. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact us through the contact page. Thanks.